Hello, hi there, it's me, it's Dave, or the Jaded Rabbit. God bless you, my friends. Thank you kindly for joining along for another live stream. Yes, Mortal Kombat 1. It seems like there's always something going on with this terrible game, but Mortal Kombat 1 doesn't seem to be working today. Let's go to the shop. So there are issues with the shop going on right now. Not sure if everyone is getting the same issues. Maybe it's something regional, but I'm able to access invasions, other parts of the game. Oh, but the shop wasn't working, but it's working now. So here, there was issues. So let me pull this up. So I was able to go to invasions all throughout the day. But when you tried to get into the shop earlier today, there was an error contacting MK1 server. So this is very interesting that only the shop was affected by what seems to be some sort of maintenance, some sorts of server issues. But it's returned, it's back, and it's terrible. Worse than ever, right? You get Lee Men, you get the old skins that you've already gotten. It's just not fun. So shop, yeah, crazy times. I don't know what was going on with it today. But it seems like it's working now. Oh no. I think it maybe would have been better if the whole entire shop was removed. Would have loved that. But I think this all just points to this game not being properly developed. There is so much with this game that feels unfinished. Rough edges. For a AAA console game that I paid $600 for, I certainly would have appreciated more polish. But issues like this, where you can't access the shop, makes me think, why were these issues happening? How is it that these issues were solved more quickly than other issues within the game? For instance, glitches, exploits, they usually take about the whole season to repair, but I guess if there's an issue with the premium shop, they're gonna work super hard at making it work immediately so that people can purchase things from the premium shop. And yeah, don't tell me that people don't purchase things from the premium shop. I know they do. Shout out to T800. Yes, the Terminator is buying absolutely everything from the premium shop. But premium shop be damned. I really don't care for all of this. Really feels like we should have gotten it included elsewhere in the game. They should remove the shop. Would that fix the game? No, I don't think so. I think fixing the game would require like a brand new game. Too many things have to change, like invasions. So invasions seems to be a puzzle for some people. For me, it feels like baby mode, very basic, very easy. But I did receive like an abundance of actual good questions. Surprising, right? Most of the comments that I get are usually so crappy. KP and Envy. Oh my god, this is my music. Why is my music here? I like music. Don't kill me. But, yeah, I made this previous video, how to turbo boost seasonal tower for season 4. I think people are kind of confused as to how to go about this. Nor do I really want to tell people this is a talisman build. I never said I was giving you a talisman build. You want that? Join the fam. You can learn how to ride dick bicycles like Ariana when you join the fam, and maybe make a talisman build. But the problem is when there's too much information out there and it becomes like part of the echo chamber that is Reddit, things get nerfed. That's what we saw. People on Reddit were like, "Oh, look, I got all the skins from season 3." Pretty sure that's how WB figured out how people were getting those skins in season 3 without doing anything, and then the season was taken down for the very first day so that they could fix the issue. Also, I know that some people were just tattletales and reported the issue to WB directly. Yeah, I think there is some benefit in having scientific discussion about things that you are experimenting, testing, hypothesizing about, like talismans, relics, buildcraft. Yes, if you are trying to engage in buildcraft, then yeah, having that kind of discourse of information is good. But at the same time, having this discourse of information be public to NRS, I don't recommend. No one should be the unpaid beta tester for NRS. NRS clearly doesn't know what they designed, so they have issues with trying to deliver a single-player experience that's consistent every season. Every single season, something has been changing because they don't know what they have designed. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't pay attention to invasions, so they never really get to see how bad the game is really. But, yeah, so here are some of the questions that popped up from this video. Oh, it's playing. Leave a like. I didn't leave a like. Please leave a like. Anal edit video. Yes, only here at the Jaded Rabbit. But yes, please leave a like. How many of you are here? 21. Can we get 21 likes? Or 21 dislikes? Yeah, okay, all right. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying. Hey there, Hunter. Just Drew. It's PlayStation servers. How is it PlayStation servers? I was able to access invasions, but not the shop. That don't make sense. That really don't make sense. It's back and it's horrible. I know. I was really looking forward to more hours without the premium shop being a thing in the game, but you know, I used to cover the premium shop in MK11, tell people what was there, but that was because things were essentially, you could earn them in game just by playing the game. You didn't have to open your wallet. Here it's terrible. You have to open your wallet for everything. It was the PlayStation servers, not with MK1 this time. Okay. Remove the shop. Needs to be in-game rewards. Not even in-game rewards. Like those things that people are being asked to pay for in the premium shop, that should have been included with the combat pack. Nothing good in the shop for a millionth time. I don't know. Check out this collector. There are some interesting shop items. Yeah. Oh, I didn't show you. Here you go. Yeah, check out the interesting shop items from Gateway Portal Collector. But, okay, so we're going to go through some of these questions. I answered them here, kinda. So if you have a question about talismans, relics, seasonal tower, how to get through it, this is your chance. This is the time. Because I don't really want to talk about seasonal tower, nor do I really want to be helpful. Not when people are like, ist this, or phobic that. You can get your help from Reddit if that's the case. What items are on the talisman? I don't know. Interesting. Okay, so where can I find it? How do you farm Dragon Blood in Season 4? So that's a great question. Season 4 Dragon Blood drop rates have totally changed. Now, if you want Dragon Bloods in MK1, you're gonna have to work really hard to get them. I've got 65 of them, and if you want to make an ideal talisman, you're probably going to need 20, 30. You can do some risky syntheses at the forge, and you don't need dragon blood. If the chances of success when you're forging a talisman is like high or medium, you can probably get away with the dragon bloods. But once it says low or none, it's not happening. You need the dragon bloods. So for my talisman that I used for seasonal tower, once again, I keep on forgetting. I keep on forgetting to show you the dragon bloods. Yeah, so if you want dragon bloods, you're going to have to grind. This is the place where you're going to have to check. If you go through the invasions, you're probably going to end up with somewhere between 6 to 8 dragon bloods, depending on your RNG with certain encounters. You might get more, you might get less. But I have been telling people since the beginning of this game, if you really wish to capitalize upon invasions, well, you're going to have to spend that capital. Use that capital. Get stuff to make stuff. So you're going to need to check out Gateway Portal Collector every hour. This is, once again, another hallmark of how badly designed this game is, because this is a mobile technique from free-to-play games where you check a shop every single hour hoping to get things, or you go back to the game every single hour because then your thing will have recharged and then you can have more plays. It's very mobile technique. And this was something that was never in MK11. MK11 augments and builds were much easier to access and create, but really, if you want the Dragon Bloods, you're going to have to get them from Gateway Portal Collector. I'm talking so much about Gateway Portal Collector because he's really important. But if you somehow manage to get past level 90 of the Seasonal Tower, you will get Dragon Bloods every single level afterwards. So you saw my 60 Dragon Bloods. I got them from doing the Seasonal Tower just by walking away and letting the Seasonal Tower go at it with my turbo. But, yeah, I would say 20 to 30 would probably be needed to make a very good legendary talisman, and you're going to get them either from the Seasonal Tower after level 90 or Gateway Portal Collector, or certain encounters and invasions will drop Dragon Bloods. But even with a turbo controller, Dragon Bloods will be dropping at a rate less than 1 per hour. Keep that in mind. I needed 20 Dragon Bloods to make my talisman. It took me about 12 hours to get just 10 Dragon Bloods, and I wasn't playing the game at all that time. It was just a turbo going at it, and I still don't think it's as useful as checking Gateway Portal Collector every single hour. So yeah, it sucks. This is always going to be requisite step of making talisman, is checking Gateway Portal Collector. Okay, so I think we answered that question. Great question, Fuzz Dork. I like and love it. WTF, I thought that was the point of finishing Seasonal Tower levels. These changes every season blow. Totally agree, Fuzz Dork. This is very true. The changes that they make are very bad. Okay, so let's see. I think it's this one. How does he make talisman like that? Exactly what I'm thinking too. This a PC mod? That's so cute. I love it. They thought I'm doing PC mod stuff. Oh boy. Okay, so no, I'm not on PC. I am on PlayStation. I am playing this sometimes with my fingers, but I would recommend to absolutely everyone on console get a turbo controller. Doesn't matter which one. Yes, I'm shilling for turbo, but yes, you need it because this game requires you to do so many repetitive, brain-numbing activities. Why would you want to do that with your fingers? So I can understand why people think it looks like PC mod, especially like if you do the Seasonal Tower. Let me do it. So Seasonal Tower, yeah, there's a lot of glitches this season, apparently. You don't want to be spending a long time with a match or with a tower. You just want to breeze through it. So having a talisman set up will allow you to really get through it. Is that PC modding? I don't think so, because that is the game. That was how the game was designed. I am just using the mechanics of the game to kill the opponent in like 1 second. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. So, yeah, I mean, make a talisman. Not that hard. I mean, if you're seeing the talisman here, probably can figure out how to make it. I think. It's not that hard. So, okay, Kung Lao. Oh, he's not dying. Oh, he survived. Oh, that's okay. Well, we got him now. And you know what? We'll do the fancy fatality. I paid for it. But yeah, this is not PC mod at all. This is just regular console. So let's go back to this comment here. He has a turbo controller. Yes, get a turbo controller, saves lives. So this is a great question. What talismans and relics are go-to? So I think from what you just saw that my go-to is a certain talisman. It's Windbreaker. I'm using Windbreaker. Nothing has changed from season 1. Kinda. Things have changed. Things have been nerfed, but the general strategy remains the same. It's still Windbreaker. So what talismans and relics are go-to? So I'll show you what relics I've been using. So this is very hard. Very, very hard, because relics are very hard to acquire. Because if you outside of the clues, outside of the chests that you open in invasions that give you a specific drop, such as Slippy, Starter Pack, Blockbuster, Iron Grip, these are one and done kind of situations. You need to pick them up from a clue or an invasions chest, and most of them are shit. Now, if you have some specific play style or whatever, you might find something useful. Like in Season 3, people were talking about using Ghost Shell Relic as an option to gain XP, but once again, turbo boost. You don't need to do anything with your fingers. Don't rely on a relic. So yeah, rely on a turbo, not a relic. But this relics that you can get from this season are pretty sheety. There were some good relics in last season that you could acquire from the chests, but nothing really that good this season. So I do run this one, Blockbuster. It's just a general good thing. You deal 500% increased block damage. Each of your attacks have a 5% chance to deal double damage. That 5%, so minuscule. You rarely see it happen. The reason why I'm using it is more so for 500% increased block damage, which pairs very nicely with any turbo controller build. So whatever character that you're using with a turbo, this is a good idea to run with it, because then you can just be dealing as much damage as you would if you landed the hit, if you get the block. So it's nice. No drawbacks. It's okay. Nothing really else to speak of. The other relics that I would say are important are things that allow you to start the fight with your fatal blow available. There are weekly quests that require you to do things like 25 fatal blows. There are a variety of them that will allow you to do things like this. So you can have just a straight up relic that gives you only the buff, or you could find a relic with some buff and debuff combination. But the other option here is to look for one with a debuff. such as start the fight at low health. This means you're going to start it with your fatal blow already active. This one doesn't give you the negative side effect of having low health. You can start the fight with your fatal blow available and you'll be max health. Or alternatively, you can get this one, start the fight at low health. So that would be like relic number 2 that I would say is important. Relic number 3 that is important is another one that's related to weekly quest. This one here, you spend health instead of meter when your meter is empty. Why is this important? You're going to need some way to do enhanced specials, because that is another requirement for weekly quests. So if you have something like this, meter made, you spend health instead of meter when your meter is empty, then you're able to just infinitely spend meter. Well, not infinitely, because you'll run out of health at some point. But there are other relics that provide similar effect. There are relics that allow you to regen meter quickly, or regen meter over time, or regen meter when you're blocking. So there's ways that you can regen meter. Or you could do something like this, start the fight with your meter full, but that means that you're going to have to sit around and wait for your meter to fill up, or you're going to have to only use 3 bars of meter and then wait even longer for it to fill up. Yeah, it's just, I think there's only one really good option for doing enhanced specials. And that's going to be this one. You spend health instead of meter. Now, you might find one where if you do a taunt, you'll regen 5% health. I did see one like that where it was spend health and then taunt to regen health. But I don't want to waste my time taunting. I would rather just start the match, do however much specials I can, then back out, then re-enter the match with full resources. So I think those are the relics that are important for this season. And it also kind of gives you an idea of like what kind of relics you should be looking out for in the future seasons, because you should be looking for relics that will help you with the weekly quests. You already know what the weekly quests are. There's no surprise. They haven't created any new weekly quests. They're all the same that we've seen from seasons 1, 2, and 3. In fact, some weeks have exactly the same weekly quests as before. So there's no surprise. Let's see what you guys are saying. Do you have questions about this stuff? Do you want the shop gone? I would like the shop gone, but I don't think it'll fix anything. Hey, Jaded, I was wondering, do you have Reiko's counterattack gear piece? It's a rare gear piece, I believe. Okay, well, we can take a look. Duwan, hello. It's interesting how no matter what, there's always something new broken with this game. Exactly. There's always something breaking in this game. People who say, if you don't like it, don't play it. I don't want to be purposefully ignorant. Willfully ignorant. No, I'll keep my eyes open. Jax told me to get woke, so that's what I'm doing. Do you think Melina plays with Baraka's turbo controller? Oh my god, he uses that turbo controller to press her button all the time, 20 times per second, 50 times per second. TOT was a mobile thing too, since the towers kept changing every hour and for you to complete stuff kind of quickly. See, I never felt that way about Towers of Time, because get this, do all of the heroic towers in 2 months, you'll get them done. Do all of the premier towers over the course of 4 months, you'll get them done. You can get all of the rapid towers done within, I think, less than a month. And it's going to take 3 months for the Tagasus tower. The only towers that would require you to be on sort of like a live service schedule would be the holiday towers or the Twitch rival towers. But yeah, no, Towers of Time, it's way better than Invasions and Collectors. I would not say they're equivalent. No, no. There are bad things about Towers of Time. Like, I do hate the fact that you can't select what tower you want to play. Like, let's say there's a tag assist tower for Scorpion and I want to play Jade. Why can't I play the Jade tower? Oh, that's right, NRS is screwing me. But whereas where they would keep you playing for maybe a couple of months and that's it, now they're keeping you playing for years in Invasions. There was no requirement to be playing years in Towers of Time if all you wanted to do were the towers. Race Against Time, the whole entire schedule, what was that? 80 weeks? 60 weeks? I forget. It's a little bit more than a year. So you could get all of the Race Against Time stuff if you were playing every single week, and if you were, you would have encountered all of the towers from Rapid, Tag Assist, Premier, Heroic, Co-op, way before that year was up. Yeah, the only thing new would be, like, Holiday Towers, if you're a new player. No, Towers of Time better. So sorry. Duon, just Drew. Hello. Anyone else notice that meat in the shop sells out and doesn't refresh? Okay, well, you know what? That's another good point. We'll talk about that. So first up was you wanted to know about Reiko, but why? He sucks. Everyone sucks. There's no one good in this game. Oh, maybe I can make him purple and pink. Oh, that's kind of cute. I want the pink. I want everyone to be pink. So, is this the one you're talking about? Rules of engagement? No, counterattack. You're talking about counterattack. Where is counterattack from? You mean the premium shop? I don't buy all that premium shop stuff, so I don't have it. Do you need it? Probably not. And it's kind of sad that all of the gear pieces here in MK1, you used to get 15 unique gear pieces, at least, for one particular gear in MK11. 15 times 3 different gear slots, that's 45 unique gear designs. Here, you only get 10. That's it, 10. Wonderful. So 45 times 37, that's, like, more than 1,000 of unique designs for gear pieces. Here you've got 300 once all the DLC are released. Yeah, great. Wonderful. This game sucks. The orders of magnitude by which it sucks is really apparent when you do the math. So the other question that you guys had was, oh yes, the shop. So the guy also was asking about components here on the YouTube comment. He wanted to know about talismans, and he wanted to know about relics. Well, I told you, you need one to allow you to do meter burn. You need something for fatal blow. You need something for turbo boosting. You need something like windbreaker. Like, those are your options for talismans and relics. But components, it gets a little bit more tricky. So, like, a good component that, like, I think everyone kind of feels the lack of is the dragon blood. Once again, you're gonna have to be grinding a lot to get that dragon blood. Where is the shop? I think it's here. Tarkatan Colony. Now, chopped meat is another one that has been nerfed. This is not a glitch. This is not by mistake. This is by design. All of the components that you see in this shop, these components are meant to be limited. They are trying to limit how many of these consumables players can access. If you can access too much chopped meat, well, guess what, babe? Game's gonna be easy. Same goes for plasma orb. So these components are really good. Chopped meat plasma orb. But developers don't want you to access it. Why even design it in the first place if you don't want players to access it? Or only access 5? Because you can only purchase 5. Now, you can get some more through encounters, but grinding through encounters, that's tough. Especially if you don't know where to look. But I find that if you want more of these items, it all goes back to Gateway Portal Collector. You need to be checking him every single hour to make sure that you're not missing out on stuff if that's the stuff that you want. From this list, I would say that the ones that are the most important... Well, you can't get hundreds of these easily. Like, Hourglass would be great. Overcharged battery, having these in, like, hundreds. That would be awesome. But they don't give you that no more. Because the game hates us. So, yeah, chopped meat, plasma orb, hourglass, overcharged battery. There are uses for all of these. I used to have use for Elder God Blessing, but they nerfed things. So either they're nerfing how the talismans work, how the components work, or they're nerfing the drop rates. If you want more, go to Gateway Portal Collector. So let's go back to him. Now, Gateway Portal Collector, there's going to be a trend that you realize. There's going to be 3 components, 3 consumables, 3 relics, 3 talismans. This is how they break it down. I cannot purchase anything here. Okay, and then let's see what else they're selling. I always check the relics. Always check the relics. And sometimes I check the talismans. Sometimes they're, who knows? There might be something. So, yeah, so those components that you can purchase at Tarkatan Colony, those are typically good ones, but they really want to limit how many players can access. You want more of them, go to Gateway Portal Collector. The only other place to purchase components, in Season 4 that is from Sundo Festival, this collector. Are all of these useful? No. Do you need hundreds of these? No. But you should probably get hundreds of some of these. So ones that I will highlight for you are Adinian Charm, Dragon Medallion, and Jinsei Essence. Now, I have highlighted this in Season 1 with my previous Talisman builds. These have been important since day 1, and they remain important. Especially things like the combo of Adinian Charm and Jinsei Essence. This allows you to take most talismans, not all talismans, but most, and turn them into turbo boosting freaks. Because if you can have lots of charges and lots of recharges, that means you can set your turbo, go to a node, leave it overnight, come back, and then have fun with your loot. But the other one here is Dragon Medallion. I would have said that the 2 most important components in the game were Dragon Medallions and Plasma Orbs. But they have since reduced Plasma Orb drop rate, ability to grind them. It's just harder to get plasma orbs. However, Dragon Medallion still remains an option, and I probably shouldn't say that because if NRS is watching, they're gonna nerf it. That's what they do, and they did nerf Plasma Orb prior to the drop rate nerf, where if you add 50 Plasma Orbs, you're not getting 50 extra projectiles as you would in Season 1, you're instead getting like plus 35. So it's not a 1-to-1 ratio of addition of component to effect on Talisman. But Dragon Medallion, that remains true, and it's still useful. You will probably want to get hundreds, if not 1,000? Depends on how many talismans you want to make. But you will want to get lots of these dragon medallions. The good thing about this is that you can pick them up from the seasonal tower, random fights. They're dropping everywhere. So you can still acquire them, but it's no one plays the game like me, I don't think. So I don't think people are picking up hundreds of these, but I would recommend, if you want to do the things that I do, you'll need hundreds of them. So get that turbo, get it working on it, go to sleep, get some rewards. All right, so let's go back to this comment here. Love these comments, I will say. Thank you for actually, like, these are the kind of comments I like. I don't like it when you're saying, "Oh, you're stupid. Oh, you're an ist. Oh, you're a phobe." Why? Because I am concerned about my LGBT community, of which I am part of. People don't understand. And then I got the white straight guys telling me, "Oh, you can't look at women. Oh, you're horny for women." Like, you don't know me. You really don't know me. So, okay, here we go. Previous season used Warhorn Talisman, but is not an option anymore. Actually, with the current way that seasons and these rewards are set up right now, in Season 4, you will no longer be able to use Warhorn Talisman. This is no longer an option in the future either. If they make plasma orbs very hard to purchase, can't use it. Also, there is a nerf this season, and I guess I can show you this easily better through the Wuxi Temple. But prior to Season 3, you were able to stack talisman animations. So you could summon the talisman, use it, and then summon it again. The cooldown wasn't that long. However, the cooldown on talismans now, the recovery time, if you will, it requires you to wait for the animation to go away of the actual talisman effect. Do you see how much damage I did? That's great. But I can't, like, I'm pressing the talisman button. I can't fart again until that animation is gone. Also, what you're seeing here, sometimes you'll see more damage. That is the 5% chance. So the 5% chance to deal double damage is actually kind of noticeable with Windbreaker, because you're not dealing a single hit of damage. You're dealing damage over time, which is like, I think it's 5 ticks a second. Like, you see, like, the 59-21 and the 7-5-4. I'm not sure how many. I thought it was 5. It could be more. But there are lots of ticks of damage happening, so each one has like a 5% chance to be more. Anyways. So they keep on changing things to how talismans work. Warhorn will never be an option in the future. So that's kind of sad. But going here, Windbreaker Fart Talisman was good too, but has been nerfed too this season. Yes, there is a nerf going on with Windbreaker. People are finding that you are not able to recharge it. So my response to that is get Crown. Not get good, but get Crown. So Crown will allow you to recharge your talisman, no problem. So let's, let me recharge my talisman here. Recharge. Okay. And then, I didn't really need to. There was only 3 missing charges. But, you gotta get Crown. I think the first step in anything with making talisman or whatever, you're gonna need Crown. So, one important thing to note about the game now, moving forward with invasions, I keep on going to main menu. I want Mesa select. So, with any of the nodes that you run across in this current season, there is that immediate XP bonus where you can get up to 1,000 from a match for a first time completion in Fighter Mastery XP. All of my characters are leveled up. I don't know what cameos are getting this season because I don't have any cameos that need XP. I leveled up Peacemaker and I saw that matches were granting 500 with an item drop or 1,000 if there was no item. So there's like two kinds of first time XP bonuses. However, every single node on Invasions is actually really replayable. You can replay it for boosters. You can replay it for crown. And even if you're not particularly leveled up or you have a good talisman or a good anything, it's wise to start your turbo journey and get all of the crown. Would rather have 1,000,000 crown in surplus as opposed to constantly trying to find crown. And it's pretty easy to get crown if you want crown. The max crown earnings in the game. Let's see if we can get there. Let's go. If you want crown, the max crown earnings, final boss fight. 5,000 each time you kill her. Can be tough if you're not properly optimized. But when you are fully optimized, this is probably the best place to be getting crown all the time. If you're not fully optimized, there's no reason you can't be using any other single node. Any other single node. So I prefer to use Kano Cameo build or Sindel build for turbo boosting to get crown. And that would limit my options to verse Shao Kahn with Kano or verse anyone dark energy based with Sindel. And the benefit is if you do repeated matches, like let's say I fight Kenshi 1,000,000,000 times with like Sindel. So, you know what? Let's even just try the fight. Yeah, you really don't need to be using a lot of characters either in Invasions, which is like why you should be trying to force players to play with your characters as opposed to not. Can I keek? So when you got the turbo controller, this will go by much quicker. You don't have to mash buttons, do anything. And it's a pretty easy turbo build, just 333 with Sindel. And oh, we didn't get anything. So if I were to get something, it would like show up, but it did not show up. So there was no booster, but you can acquire boosters for a given type based on the character that you're fighting. So if you fight Kenshi, you can get a dark booster. If you're fighting none of those were fights. Collector, Gate. If you fight Johnny, you'll get an energy booster. The boosters are useful. Not like they're going to be actually super helpful. Because unfortunately, with the boosters, they nerfed how those work too. Every time you get a booster, like let's say I get a dark booster from Kenshi, that's giving you plus 1%. Plus 1! And the regular boosters, they've dropped it from 15 to 5. So whereas you used to get plus 15 resistance in Season 1, now you're getting plus 5. Not good. Not good. But really, getting those boosters means that if you want to be fully optimized and you want to get lots of crown, it's a good idea to get a character with all of the dark boosters and then set yourself on turbo journey versus Melina final boss encounter. I think this is kind of like the turbo goal for the season. Get yourself up to a place where you can be fully optimized to take on the final boss. And it wouldn't surprise me if that's the strategy as well for next season. So looking forwards, you would want to maybe invest in a character that would be resistant to electricity. Finally, dark type has a use. So, dark is resistant to electricity. Yeah, very interesting. This is it's too nerdy. Why am I so nerdy? Okay, let's continue here. At this point, I've been using a level 22 talisman. Don't get a level 30 talisman. I've gotten to level 50 so far, but now the game just keeps crashing. So this is worrying. I've heard people getting crashes at the end of the match, at the beginning of the match, at the beginning of the tower. I gotta say, I've encountered maybe one glitch, two glitches. Some were visual glitches. One was a game-breaking glitch. But I haven't experienced what these people are experiencing because my talisman is too powerful. It just kills. So if you are experiencing glitches in the seasonal tower, please leave a comment and let me know what you were doing, because I would like to try and figure out what's going on in the game. It's kind of crazy. Okay, so I use the talisman Doomsday. You got 2 charges, and you can use it once per match. It'll keep giving you 1 charge back. This is a good strategy if you do want to cheese without actually trying anything, like making a build. But unfortunately, that doesn't work against things like 3-round boss fight, like a Titan battle, or a situation where the dark type is resisted by, let's say, a fairy mini boss on the seasonal tower. So you would need more than 2 charges to get through the encounter. Everyone keeps saying their game crashes at high level. I am level 70 and it still works. I think it tops out at level 99. There's actually no limit. It keeps on going up. I'm at level 160. I was wrong. I'm at level 151. Thanks for the reply. I'm stuck at 74. It's CPU Fire Fist and all electric shocker ball things. Pain in the ass. Health is sometimes 10,000 HP, and my Doomsday device doesn't even kill them in one go. What's worse is there are mini bosses. That's exactly what I just said. I'm ready to give up and just do smaller towers and level up even slower. The turbo controller will help that. How exactly? If it keeps pressing one button, I'll eventually get hit into those electric balls and immediately die. So the turbo controller is not the thing that is helping with the seasonal tower. I think there's a little misunderstanding there, because turbo controller is meant to reduce the tedium of repetitive activities. So things like getting components, getting crowns, getting all of that. That's where the turbo controller really shines. Because once you have the talisman to actually do the thing, then you can put the turbo and just walk away from the seasonal tower, and it'll press the talisman button for you and get you through the tower, and you don't even have to look at it. It's just, I like it when I play the game and I don't even have to look at the game. That's what I really enjoy. Yeah, wild. I think that with trying to like understand everything that's going on here, I will say just get a turbo controller. It works for MK1. It works for other games. And if you have a little bit of ingenuity, you can apply it to pretty much every single game. Not for every single situation, but anything that requires repetitive brain dead grind, it's going to work. So, yeah, I think that kind of like answers like some of the biggest questions. Is, like, what relics should you be looking for? What components should you be looking for? What should you be using in your talisman builds? I gave you some ideas, damage medallion, plasma orbs, Jinsei essence, Adinian charm, right? Like, I don't know how much more to spoon feed. Hopefully it's clear, but yeah, like, use these components. I don't know why people are saying that they can't get through the tower. I don't think that anything is so hard as, like, if you've been playing the game up to this point, hopefully you've understood. But I think a lot of people, when they play the game, they're like, okay, well, let me go on Google and let me see what the answer is, and I can just cheese my way through the game. And that's what people did. They picked up Warhorn or Windbreaker, didn't make their own, used the out-of-box variant with no changes, and then just used that. But unfortunately, NRS doesn't want people to be playing the game like that. We can see it. They keep on changing things. And they keep on hiding things. Like, they don't even want people to access things like Plasma Orb, because they keep on making it harder to use. They make it harder to apply to a talisman because you don't get the one-to-one addition. There's just a lot of... yeah, just a lot of crap. But hopefully if you understand just a little bit, you can create your own answer. And I am working on some other talismans. Now that I finished my turbo boosting journey in Street Fighter for the latest fighting pass, I can get back to this game and not play it, but also play it, if you know what I mean. I can get some more components and make some more talismans, because I would like to make things that are more efficient than the talisman that I have, because I know that there is more efficient ways, and it's always good to look for other methods, because eventually NRS will nerf something, change something, and make old methods not viable. It's really sad that they're doing this to Invasions. This is why I always said I don't like the idea of live service plus single player, because it's really obvious they're forcing us to just reacquire the same things that we had back in September 2023. They just want us to run around on that broken hamster wheel, and it's not enjoyable. Okay. G1, I'm surprised Dave stopped reporting. I didn't stop. G1, do you not like variety? I like to talk about a variety of things. Do you want me to just talk about chills? They suck. They make me sad. All these people make me sad. F me hard. Hello, F me hard. I don't know how to feel about your name, F me hard. Are you gonna get me in trouble with this name? But I think it's funny. Baraka received a 0 resistance from Melina, I suppose. How much damage percentage does your talisman have, bro? Not bro. Okay. Like, I don't know, 5,000? 5,000 something? I wasn't lying to you guys when I said I use hundreds of these damage medallions. And if you want to get through the game as well, you should probably be getting hundreds of these things too from turbo boosting. Not telling you to play with your fingers. No. Hi, Dave and all. Hey, Johnny. Thank you for being here. Finally, Europe canceled Canada's dangerous merchandise. Wait, they canceled me? Why'd they cancel me? I'm not dangerous. What did they cancel from Canada? I want to know. Was it the poutine? Is it did they cancel poutine? Poutine's tasty. I like poutine. Invasions is a big confusing mess. Thank you so much for the turbo controller tips. Happy to help. I mean, like, I guess from my perspective, it just seems so easy, and I guess I can understand how people don't necessarily see the clear answer with the turbo, but hopefully this helps. Hey Dave, can't get past level 115 because it crashes at the start of the first match. Interesting. Very interesting. So I guess like you repeat, you retry, you close game, you restart. Do you think deleting the game and reinstalling the game would solve that situation? Because that sounds really frightful. You try to start the tower and it starts crashing immediately. Like, what is the input to cause that output? That is the question. Do you recharge your talisman manually since it's a bug? Yeah. Where do you get health upgrade like that? Tarkatan Colony, and you can only get 5. And even though I've been playing the game for I don't know how many hours, 1,200, not in this season, but in total, cumulatively, I've only gotten 31 chopped meats, which would allow 310% health on activation. You don't get much. MK1 shop removed, you say no. Of course that would have gotten you T800. I don't know. For some reason, when I tried playing the game today, like I was able to go to invasions, get into matches, but the only thing that wouldn't work for me was the shop. So this is me turning on the game, and I try to look at the shop, and it says downloading seasonal data. Searching for new content. Error. Yeah, good. There should be an error all the time, but they brought it back, so I don't know. Melina loved that warhorn. I'm sure she was slobbering all over it. NRS did something right for once. No, don't worry. It's like that time that I thought I was apologizing to True Underdog, but then it turned out I wasn't. I made a windbreaker talisman. Why does it not recharge? It's because NRS doesn't want you to recharge it. That's why. Bro, can you show how you have the windbreaker? Join the fam. I'm so sorry. Like, I cannot provide all of this because when I provide all of this, it gets nerfed. So if you want things to get nerfed, I could show you. Or if you want me to be the bottom bitch bending over for NRS, being the unpaid beta tester, doing Stephanie Brownback's job, yeah, I could show it to you guys. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to be Stephanie Brownback's bottom bitch bending over doing her job. No. I refuse. Okay, thanks for checking. No worries. Honestly, I don't know why they have the shop. Yeah, always happy to help. If you have questions, leave a comment. Or if you want even more spoon feeding than this, please join the fam, because I do, share more glitches and more things like that. But I don't want things to get nerfed. And I think a lot of my brothers and sisters in the fam also feel that way. This has been happening since MK11. Make an augment build, suddenly augment build gets nerfed. One of the things that still bothers me about that game was when they nerfed how chaos effects occur in game. Previous, you could cause damage and a pop-up. They removed that. They have nerfed chaos effects within MK11. And then between the transition from MK11 to MK1, they even nerfed it harder. So many nerfs. Yeah. I heard it has something to do with a specific blood modifier. That could be the situation. Since I've already gotten past these levels, it's kind of like, how do I go back and retest this? I can't. I can't even play the seasonal tower. It crashes before the first fight and has been doing since day 4. Everything else works. Yeah, if you're able to maybe try... I mean, it sounds so stupid, but delete and reinstall. That used to be the fix, too, for MK11. I'm not sure if that might be a fix here. Only if you share your... What? Okay. Okay. Well, you know, I'm not gonna shave, but if you want me to wear it, okay. What are we gonna do? How can I get the Havoc skin in Invasions? Which one? Costume number 3? Well, you get one from defeating the boss in Invasions, and then you get the other one from the Seasonal Tower. But they're variants of each other, so... yeah, whatever. Anyways, so yes, please do consider supporting the channel by joining the fam if y'all want access to all of my secrets and more. Birthday sing-song, gifts, lots of things. Join the fam. We're going to be having a Koth this weekend, this Saturday. So I mean, if you want to have some matches with me, come join. We're going to be having lots of fun. But huge love to everyone here in the fam, in the chat, including JJ. Love you, brother. Johnny. Oh my god. Love you, Johnny. Just Drew, oh my word. Duwan, thank you. Jalen, F me hard. Love you, F me hard. Okay, so thank you once again for spending some of your day with me. 40 of you here. Can we get 40 likes? Or 40 dislikes? Or just get the hell out, because the stream is over. Go. But yes, thank you. Love you guys so much. Love you long time. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy. Bye, my friends. Take care. Peace. Love you guys.